Hello everyone, welcome to Mitra's IAS and welcome to part 2 of this PT crash course. Today we'll continue our science and technology portion, and we'll cover the topics number 11 to 20 of the top 200 topics which we'll be covering for Prelims 2022. Science and technology of late has become a very important topic for Prelims UPSC Prelims. It's been seen in last 3 to 4 years that science and technology, especially advancements in science and technology, has become extremely important with respect to the type of questions which UPSC is putting in UPSC Prelims. In 2021 and 2020, we've seen around 11 to 13 questions just from the science advancements in science and technology and their applications portion. Today, we'll continue our discussion and take up the next 10 topics, which are expected to be really important for this year prelims. So the first topic we want to take is 5G. Now this has been in news for last 3 to 4 years. 5G is but nothing but the 5th generation mobile network. It is after 1G, 2G till 4G, 5G, as you all know, in the upcoming month or two, spectrum bidding will happen, and then by end of this year, it will be operationalized. So it enables a new kind of network that is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including machines, objects, and devices. Like anything, like 4G had a lesser speed. Similarly, 5G will connect more and more devices because of its, advanced networking as well as advanced speed and low latency. Internet speeds in high band spectrum of 5G has been tested to be as high as 20 Gbps. So this is the till now tested speed of highest 20 Gbps has been recorded in 5G. Whereas in 4G, highest had been recorded as 1 Gbps. So right now, let us look at the features of 5G technology. One more thing before we continue on this thing. Very important thing we should know is that the issue which happened in America. So 5G was launched by AT&T in America in certain areas, and one of the band actually interfered between the radio signals of the flights. So do go through that. That might be important, which band and what kind of issue. You never know, UPSC can ask anything. So let's look into detail about 5G technology. Of course, 5th generation from 1G to 4G, now 5G will fundamentally transform the role that mobile technology plays in society. So now it will be more of a transformation. It's just not about speeds. Like, for example, the integration of Internet of Things, Internet of Behavior, all other, metaverse. So 5G will really boost that. 5G is extremely fast. For example, 4G had a maximum recorded speed of 1 GB per second, whereas 5G will have a maximum recorded is 20 GB per second. So full HD movie can be downloaded in a matter of seconds. More than speed, reliability. So reliability, why? Low latency rate. So low latency. Greater efficiency. Point number 4. Not only in 5G is faster or nearly lag free, but it is also more efficient. For example, 5G will consume less power on devices, meaning longer battery life. So this is one very important reason. So do remember this, that it will consume less power than other technology, meaning longer battery life. 5G's greater network capacity also means that the network will be able to handle the rapid growth of connected devices. Transformational technology. So today, mobile telecom technology is classified as general purpose. So 5G will ultimately advance mobile from a set of technology connecting people to people and information to a unified fabric connecting people and machines. So it will transform 5G from people to more people to machines. So it will integrate, as I was talking, what metaverse is talking about, what Internet of Things is talking about. This is what the transformation 5G can bring about. The big economic bang. So 5G will also unleash unprecedented economic growth. 5G value chain alone could generate $3.5 trillion in revenue and support 22 million jobs by 2035. It's a big, big thing. So here you need to look at what UPSC can ask here. 1G to 5G, you should know all, right? Then about the airline issue which happened, which band, right? And current spectrum situation, or say the current 5G situation in India. So in which stage it is, you should know. So these are the things which you should be aware about. Of course, about 1G to 5G, all the details of each and every generational technology you should be aware about. The second topic which I'll be talking about today is Biorock technique. Really, it was discussed in news and one of a very important thing this year. Why? Because Gujarat Forest Department, along with Zoological Service Survey of India, is attempting first time to restore coral reefs. See, as you all know, that coral reefs questions have been consistently asked by UPSC over the years, right? Because of deteriorating coral reefs or through coral bleaching and all. Hence, this technique might be really important, and UPSC might consider asking this in UPSC Prelims 2020. So, restore coral reefs using Biorock or mineral accretion technology. So, Biorock technology is nothing but a mineral accretion technology. So, what is it all about? Firstly, let us understand what is a Biorock. It is a name given to a substance formed by electroaccumulation of minerals. This is important. Electroaccumulation of, which is a substance formed by electroaccumulation of minerals dissolved in seawater on steel structures that are lowered onto seabed and are connected to a power source, in the case solar panels that float on the surface. Now, how they are formed? There is one image also which will really help you to understand. Firstly, the technology works by passing small amount of electrical current through electrodes in the water. When the positively charged anode and negatively charged cathode are placed on the seafloor with an electric current flowing between them, calcium ions combine with carbonate ions. So in a normal language, let's say through anode and cathode, when the electricity is passed through on the steel structure, the calcium ions combine with carbonate ions and adhere to structure. This results in calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate is formed on the steel structure under the seabed, or let's say on the within that water body, that shallow water body where the corals are usually formed. Now, coral larvae adhere to calcium carbonate and grow quickly. Now, what they come is they come and stick to it and they grow quickly there. Why? Because as you know that usually corals also through their own mechanism form calcium carbonate. Now they don't have to do that. Hence, fragments of broken corals are tied to Biorock structure where they are able to grow at least 4 to 6 times faster than their actual growth, as they need not spend their energy in building their own calcium carbonate skeletons. So this is what Biorock technique is. And what UPSC can ask is about the technology, of course, by what is Biorock, right? Then area where it was done. So Gujarat, along with Zoological Survey of India. And you should know about coral reefs, coral bleaching, areas in India where you can find, in the coastal areas in India where you can find corals. Then what kind of structure is used? So all these things UPSC can ask. Now let's come to the third topic of today, hypersonic missile technology. Recently also, Russia is said to have used a hypersonic missile in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. That is why it was in news. Another reason, the bigger reason, last year, India actually flight tested the indigenously developed hypersonic technology demonstrator. There is a difference. India did not test a hypersonic missile, but India actually demonstrated a hypersonic technology vehicle. That is now what, firstly, before we go into hypersonic missile system and what is it all about, firstly, let us know what is hypersonic. So as you know, the speed of a missile or a speed of usually even a jet is measured in something called Mach. What is Mach? Is nothing but object speed divided by speed of sound. Now subsonic is when Mach, or say Mach is less than 1. Transonic when Mach is equal to 1. Supersonic, which are currently most of the missiles today used as supersonic, including the BrahMos, are Mach greater than 1, usually 1 to 5. Whereas hypersonic missile system is Mach 5.0, greater than 5.0. So I hope you're clear what is hypersonic. So this is one of the important things you should know for UPSC 2022. Or Mach, what is Mach? What are different kinds of speeds at which the technology, the missile systems globally work in. Now, as I told about that, India demonstrated its hypersonic technology. So why it is significant? Because it paves the way for India to develop hypersonic weapons that can travel 6 times faster than. So what this currently moved at 6 Mach speed. 6 times faster than the speed of sound, the weapon will be integrated into hypersonic vehicle, right? Currently, US, Russia, and China have developed technologies. As you also know, China also has actually tested its weapon according to this US reports that China actually has also made its hypersonic weapon and also tested it last year. So US, Russia, and China have these technologies. And what will be the development of hypersonic missile entail? So the cruise vehicle continued on its flight path for Mach 6 speeds or nearly 2 km per second for more than 20 seconds. The next challenge for India will be to ensure. Now the thing is, from this actually India can realize its own hypersonic missile system. Here, one thing also you should be aware about is DAP, Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020. Now, most of the things India is trying to, most of the missiles, most of the defense equipments, infrastructure, India is trying to make it on its own, maybe through technology transfer and some, its own research and development. India is trying to do that. So hence, India, when it, this is one of very important thing, because India actually now can work its way through in developing its own hypersonic missile system. What are the main challenges for hypersonic missile? Extremely high temperatures and aerodynamic forces make hypersonic flights tricky. Because of the increased speed, these are the issues which they encounter. The successful flight test proved several critical technologies, including aerodynamic configuration for hypersonic maneuvers, and use of scramjet propulsion for ignition and separation mechanism. So remember that hypersonic missile system works on an engine which is scramjet propulsion system. Whereas till now India has been using ramjet for its supersonic missile system. Ramjet engines are efficient at supersonic speeds of around Mach 3, but their performance drops when the vehicle hits hypersonic speed. Hence, so here one more thing you should be aware for UPSC, the difference between scramjet and ramjet propulsion systems. This is what you should know. Hence, this is really important in this year prelims. Let's come to the next topic, food fortification. Again, so much in news, almost every week you're hearing about it. When government is talking about rice fortification, government is talking about sometimes milk fortifications, wheat fortification already happening, rice also, milk also, oils also, and salt, it is happening for years. What is fortification? First of all, fortification is a practice of deliberately increasing the content of one or more micronutrients. What are those micronutrients? Could be vitamins, minerals, right? In a food or a condiment to improve the nutritional quality of the food supply and provide a public health benefit with minimal risk to health. As well as the increasing the nutritional content of staple foods, the addition of micronutrients can help to restore the micronutrient content lost during processing. Very important. Fortification is an evidence-informed intervention that contributes to prevention, reduction, and control of micronutrient deficiencies. It can be used to correct a demonstrated micro. So, currently it is being used in midday meal schemes to provide to lactating mothers so that their micronutrient capacity, increases. Today, as you also know, that one of the biggest threats India has is not just a malnutrition also because of low micronutrient values in the children below 5 years as well as lactating mothers. Currently in India, if you can see, rice fortification is happening. So rice is fortified usually with vitamin B12, iron, and folic acid. It is currently being implemented 15 states. I think so it's got go ahead in all the states today. A short demand of 30. Okay, so don't go into details here. Important thing is, firstly, it is for rice also fortification is happening, and vitamin B12, iron, and folic acid. These are the micronutrients being added. Edible oil, yes, edible oil also is having fortification is being done. So vitamin A, vitamin D, both are being artificially or they are being added. Wheat, that is being there, it has been thoroughly being taken up, this wheat fortification also. So again, vitamin B12, iron, and folic acid, same as the rice. Milk, yes, milk fortification as well, vitamin A and vitamin D. One more is salt, iodine yukt namak, right? Iodine. So these are, I hope you're clear with this topic. Now let's come to mucor mycosis or black fungus disease. Yes, in the second wave of corona in India, when Delta variant was significantly, creating havoc, is when mucor mycosis also was spreading. Mucor mycosis, or previously called zygomycosis, a rare but serious fungal disease. Very important. Fungal disease infection is affecting some COVID patients. Yes, it affected. The disease manifests in skin, affects lungs and brain, and can lead to loss of the upper jaw or eye. So it affects skin, can affect lungs and brain, and can lead to loss of jaw and eyes. It's been declared a notified disease in Haryana. Okay, so this was black fungus. Now, who's at risk? Yeah, so infection caused by Mucormycetes, a group of mold fungus. It affects sinuses and lungs of people with health problems or medicines which lowers body ability to fight germ sickness. So one who has lesser immunity, like old people, right? Or someone who's been significantly, affected by this corona for a long time, right? All these people, even with comorbidities, the ones who have other diseases also parallelly. What are symptoms? Pain, redness around eyes or nose, fever, headache, coughing, shortness of breath, bloody vomits, and altered mental status. Warning signs: toothache, loosening of teeth, blurred or double vision with pain, sinusitis. So all these are symptoms. Treatment: well, some cases require surgery. For others, respiratory tract fluid samples may be tested, tissue biopsy or CT scans. Normal saline infusion is given before. So these are the treatment which is being made up. Here your UPSC may ask about what kind of mucormycosis. Is it a fungal? Okay, it's a fungal disease. What are its symptoms, right? Treatment, what it affects, how it spreads, right? That is what you all need to know. So that's it for mucormycosis. Let's go to the next topic, which is Artemis mission, Artemis Accord, you can also say. This is a NASA's Artemis mission is touted as the next generation of lunar exploration. Lunar exploration. When you think about lunar exploration, can you tell ISRO's mission on lunar missions, on moon missions? Chandrayaan. Yes. So Chandrayaan 1 and 2 happened. Chandrayaan 3 is also being planned. Can you tell me mission for NASA earlier mission? Apollo missions. Yeah, up to maybe Apollo 11. Yeah. Right. So NASA's mission is touted as the next generation of lunar exploration and is named after twin sister of Apollo Apollo's twin sister from Greek mythology, Artemis. Artemis is also goddess of the moon. It is the first in a series of increasingly complex missions that will enable human exploration to the moon and Mars. So it is first in the series of it. With the Artemis program, NASA aims to land humans on the moon by 2024. Important. And it also plans to land the first woman and the first person of color on the moon. Okay. NASA will establish an Artemis base camp on the surface and a gateway, that is the lunar outpost around the moon in lunar orbit. So till now, if you know, the International Space Station is in the Earth's orbit. But this gateway, the lunar outpost around the moon, will be in the lunar orbit to aid exploration by robots and astronauts. The gateway is a critical component of NASA's sustainable lunar operations and will serve as multi-purpose outpost orbiting the moon. So there are multiple phases. As of now, in this Artemis phase 1 mission is mentioned. So under this, first human spacecraft to the moon will be sent in 21st century. Under Artemis 2, that is second phase, first humans to the moon. Okay. The moon, so I think so this is wrongly mentioned here. So Artemis 1 here till now, what is the progress? So what UPSC may ask here is, Artemis by which space agency, right? Its payload. This is something you should know. And then current status you should be aware of. Right. So let's talk about the next topic, blockchain and smart contracts. Very important this year. According to me, one of the most important topics, something around cryptocurrency, blockchain, smart contracts, or other applications of blockchain. Surely I feel would be asked this year. Firstly, how blockchain works. So now someone wants to send money to B. A wants to send money to B. The transaction is represented online as a block. So a block, right? The block is broadcast to every party in the network. So all the parties in the network, that block will be broadcast. Only if those in the network approve the transaction, then it will happen. So peer-to-peer, peer-to-peer. So it is peer-to-peer transaction. The block then can be added to the chain. So then that block will be added to the chain, which provides an inedible and transparent record of transactions. So it will be now permanent there. So this will be recorded. The money moves from A to B. So this is one of the decentralized way of transaction. And a block is added peer-to-peer network. Hence, it is self-regulatory in nature, right? But what is smart contract? Why it is important? 2-3 major industrialists in India, including Mukesh Ambani, in 2021 talked about the smart contract is going to be the future of contracts in India and in the world. What is a smart contract? A smart contract is a set of digital codes that is used to exchange assets. It's a set of digital codes that is used to exchange assets, including shares, money, or property without the need for any intermediaries to function. How? What are those intermediaries, by the way? The state, the registry office, right? Sub-registrars, multiple others, even if there is broker, you never know broker. So what I'm telling you is smart contract will use digital codes that is used to exchange assets, including share, money, property, without the need for any intermediaries to function. How smart contract would work? A party codes the smart contract first. Both the parties finalize the smart contract rules. The contract goes live and is stored in the ledger. And the contract automatically executes when the conditions are met. Automatically is executed when the conditions are met. So what are the benefits of smart contract? Firstly, it is secure. Yes. Autonomous, as I told you. So it is autonomous because you don't need any third agency. Interruption free, trustless, cost effective, and fast performance. Use cases, of course, government, even so it can be used even in government voting, record storing, real estate market, insurance claim, mortgage system, supply chain. These are the applications. UPSC really likes to ask applications of new technologies. Should know this. Next topic we'll be taking up non-fungible tokens or NFTs. Before we go into non-fungible, again, this is a topic related with cryptocurrency, blockchain. Hence, very important topic for this year prelims also. Before we go into what is non-fungible tokens, we also need to know what is fungible tokens. Fungible, non-fungible differences are given. In terms of exchangeability, fungible tokens can be exchanged with other tokens of the same type. So majorly it is a currency, or for example, let's say a Bitcoin. So Bitcoin I can give and can take tokens of the same type, as in something like I can sell that and buy Ethereum or buy say Dogecoin. So it's the same cryptocurrency, same type, I can buy it. Whereas in exchangeability, non-fungible token cannot be exchanged with similar type of entity. For example, a car cannot be exchanged with another car. Uniformity. All fungible tokens are identical to each other, whereas non-fungible tokens are unique and not similar to each other. So NFT, for if you remember, there was a very big painting made of the very small photographs combined together in like huge number, and one NFT was made, and that was bought by an Indian investor, crypto investor from Singapore, in millions of dollars. It is a unique form of art which was bought by, hence it it is unique in itself. So NFTs are unique and not similar to each other. Fractionalization. Fungible tokens can be divided into smaller units. For example, one Bitcoin, it is not necessary you need to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy also 0.0001 Bitcoin also. Whereas NFTs cannot be divided but are of one entire unit. One more thing we'll go into. So for example, fungible like dollar, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Whereas non-fungible is CryptoKitties, art, or house or property. Right. I've talked about art and house property. What is CryptoKitties? So CryptoKitties is a blockchain game on Ethereum developed by Canadian studio Dapper Labs that allows players to purchase, collect, breed, and sell virtual cats. It is one of the earliest attempts to deploy blockchain technology for recreation and leisure. I hope it is self-explanatory. It is clear. What is NFT? While every Bitcoin is identical, non-fungible tokens are unique, as we discussed. Non-fungible tokens are like plane tickets. They all look the same, but each have a different seat and destination. Non-fungible tokens are ideal for creating digital versions of collectibles like art and trading cards, right? Other use cases include digitizing our identities and proving ownership of things like real estate. NFTs are often based on Ethereum blockchain in the form of ERC721 tokens. So this is very important. NFTs are often based on the Ethereum blockchain. These tokens can be bought and sold on the second-hand marketplaces as well. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now let's come on to Pegasus, malware, and cybersecurity. Okay, as you all know, India still the court case is going on with respect to Pegasus revelation, where government of India is is said to be have bought Pegasus malware or say Pegasus software from NSO organization in Israel to spy on its own people from media, from journalism, from its own cabinet minister, as well as opposition leaders. What is Pegasus? So Pegasus is a commercial spyware, as discussed, unlike malware used by cyber criminals to make money by stealing from and cheating their victim. Pegasus is designed solely for spying. Its major objective is spying. Once it has secretly infected a smartphone, it can turn into full-fledged surveillance device. So let us see decoding Pegasus. Pegasus is a spyware, as discussed, by Israeli company as an NSO group, right? As I discussed, is used to infiltrate smartphones that run on both iOS and Android. Remember both, and turn them into surveillance devices. Pegasus method attack is called zero-click attacks. Why? Because you don't have to click anything to get the virus downloaded, which do not require any action by the user. The spyware can hack a device simply by giving a missed WhatsApp call. Just someone give you a missed WhatsApp call, the spyware will be in your device and will take care of itself. It will alter call logs so that the user has no knowledge of what happened. Once the spyware enters the device, it installs a module to track call logs, read messages, emails, calendars, internet history, and gather location data to send information to the attacker. It can also be installed manually on a device or over wireless transceiver. If it fails to connect with its command and control server for more than 60 days, it self-destructs and removes all traces. One of the very important things. If it detects that it was installed on the wrong device or SIM card, it will self-destruct. Amnesty International noted that despite issuing security updates, Android and iOS devices were breached. To stay safe, users need to ensure that software and devices, so no suspicious email or text should be clicked. I hope this Pegasus is clear. Now, cybersecurity infrastructure in India. Now in India has a very, there are many departments working and they all have their own cybersecurity infrastructure. Here we need to understand one thing. Firstly, policing, or let's say public, so that is police, right, comes under a state subject in the state list. Public order, right? So all the states have their own cybersecurity cells as well. But when we talk about central government, there is Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of External Affairs, and Prime Minister Office, each having their own setup for the cybersecurity infrastructure. So MHA has Cyber and Info Security Division, and there is one Department of Internal Security which has further their own divisions which take care of cybersecurity. Prime Minister Office has one is Ministry of Electronics and IT, MeitY, under which comes CERT-in, Computer Emergency Response India. So CERT-in. Then National Security Advisor, under which NTRO, National Technical Research Organization, under which NCIIPC, which is National Critical Infrastructure Information, right? This NCIIPC works. Then National Council for NCSC, I just forgot the full form, but NCSC comes under PMO, and RAW, Research and Analysis wing, comes under Prime Minister Office. Under Ministry of External Affairs, it has now separate e-governance and IT division, its own cyber diplomacy division, and this is very important, NEST. It's a very new, NEST is new and emerging strategic tech division also is coming. Under Ministry of Defense, there is DCA, Army, Navy, and Air Force have their own cybersecurity setup. So this is the cybersecurity infrastructure in India. Let's come to the last topic of the day of our second special lecture for Prelims 2022, Internet of Things and Internet of Behavior. So Internet of Things is described as a network of physical objects, things that are embedded with sensors software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. For example, let's say I'm sitting in front of a television, which is connected with the internet and is smart, having sensors. Once I go outside, after a minute it detects nobody's in the room, it will switch it off. I'm sitting in a room with the AC working. AC will detect, okay, that is independent. Now they also interact with each other. For example, that all the devices will interact with each other. If nobody is at home, one will shut down. The one will say that, okay, nobody is at home. Why? You are also working. You also shut down, right? Interaction between the devices as well. Internet of Things through sensors, software, and other technologies. Over the past few years, Internet of Things has become one of the most important technologies of the 21st century. Now that we can connect everyday object, kitchen appliances, cars, thermostat, baby monitors to the internet via embedded devices, seamless communication is possible between people, processes, and things. By means of low-cost computing, the cloud, big data analytics, and mobile technologies, physical things can share and collect data with minimal human intervention. In a hyper-connected world, digital systems can record, monitor, and adjust each interaction between connected things. The physical world meets the digital world and they cooperate. So now very important. So I hope it is IoT is clear, but now a new thing is coming up is Internet of Behavior. Now, as you all know, Internet of Things is what? Data is received, information is processed, knowledge is gained, and through that wisdom will be created. Using that wisdom through analytics, now behavior will be understood of the user. Using that behavior understanding, the internet will recommend accordingly for it. So the benefits of Internet of Behavior will be analyze customer buying habits across platform. Already happening. When we buy something, when we just even look at something, we go to another website and we see, okay, something pop up what we looked into in the morning. They see the behavior, the pattern is there. Study previously unobtainable data about how customers interact with devices and products. This will also be generated. Gain deeper insights into where a customer is in HTA buying journey. Provide real-time point of sale notifications and target ads. Quickly resolve issues to close sales and keep customers happy. So these will be the benefits of Internet of Behavior. Right. These were the 10 important topics which we dealt with today, right? And so the main objective now would be, regularly bringing you the new topics which we feel are important. So that's all for today. I'll be coming up again tomorrow with 21 to 30 topics related to science and tech as well. As I told you, science and tech is a very important topic. And this is one of the most rewarding topic with respect to current affairs. If we do it thoroughly, if we do our bit in it, put our efforts, I assure you 10 to 12 questions will come directly from it. Thank you again from myself, Nimish Kapoor, and from Mitra's IES, and shall catch you with another video, part 3 soon. Thank you so much.